One. What's up? Season
We're
2?
here. We're live. Should say
Season
season
2?
2.
Yeah,
I didn't
season
realize
2.
I didn't realize the 1 week break was a season break.
You're damn right. Season 1 was 6 episodes, and something
Okay.
tells me season 2 will be 6 episodes. But here we are, the
This
premiere.
is what you're thinking.
Yeah, the
We're a
premiere.
fully serialized show here.
We have to be. It's the only way we can. Only way the lunch pill will thrive.
Politics are temporary. The LunchPill pod is forever.
Damn right. If the lunch pill pod can last. Oh, your mic's fucking up.
Oh, my bad.
You're good. If the lunch pill pod can last as long as the Confederacy, that'd be cool.
It doesn't take much. I'm sorry about the mic. If my setup moves a little bit, it starts to screw up. So hopefully we can avoid that from happening.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right.
But season 2, here we go. First, I have to say, a lot has happened in these past 2 weeks.
Picked a bad time to take a break. Or a good time, I guess. This will be an action-packed episode.
And see, I agree. But then again, I'm also worried that we're going to miss something big. And if we do, get pissed in the comments below.
Let's do a quick recap based on what we remember. In our first week off, we had the DNC.
It was really boring, but it was what you'd expect, in my opinion.
Really boring, really like centrist, moderate pandering. I mean, they literally had a Republican speak at the DNC. Like, what do you?
The great John Kasich.
Never mind the fact that they gave the nomination to a Republican, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, we've talked about that a few times.
He has actually added cannabis decriminalization nationwide to his platform.
Damn, I think
that's on the Biden-Harris website.
You know, I know we're all pretty black-pilled about Joe Biden, but I truly think we can keep pushing him left a bit. I don't know. I mean, to an extent, at least. I mean, just like I would never think Joe Biden would come out for decriminalization or his campaign. It's not really him. He doesn't fucking know what he's doing, but that's okay. So then after that, the RNC happened, and
that
they've come out for cocaine decriminalization.
I think the RNC was quite the mask-off experience.
Yeah, it was.
I think they're done. I think they're done with the dog whistles, or they're phasing out the dog whistles. They're just going full on like Titanic boat horns now.
Oh yeah, like that Kimberly Guilfoyle, is that her name?
Yeah, Don Jr.'s girlfriend. You mean?
She was
I'm
on
pretty
the.
Sure that's who she is.
Yeah. She got interviewed by All Gas No Breaks. If you remember that.
At the Don Jr. book club thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was her.
I have not seen that. I've not seen that specific All Gas No Breaks video.
Oh, it's a good one. You would highly recommend. Yeah, she came out and like her hand motions and how she was just yelling and just, she was very vocal, incredibly loud.
Definitely a little off the powder.
Yeah, and like she was definitely on some kind of a
upper.
Yeah, or maybe just purely cocaine. What do you want to go to?
I'd argue. Oh, no good.
Oh shit, we're losing it again. Are you there? Oh no. We might have lost him. Pain. But anyway, until he returns, Kimberly Guilfoyle was definitely on cocaine. So was Don Jr. And
Yes.
she came out, and her speech, just the mannerism of it, and just the language she used, kind of gave me some like old fucking classic Hitler speech vibe. I don't know. I don't know if I'm
Honestly,
over
yeah.
exaggerating. You got it too. You got that feeling?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, it was a
I
little
think
spooky.
Don Jr. had the same energy, and I thought it was funny that that Kyle Kyle Kalinske got some attention from
Yeah,
Don Jr. recently,
yeah, on
actually.
Twitter. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he did like the Kermit meme where Kermit's
You
like
must
snorting
have me
cocaine.
confused with Hunter Biden.
That was his
No.
response. It's like, yeah,
Said, wow. Because everyone knows Kyle Kalinske, well-known diehard Biden fan.
yeah. Big. I
Definitely
mean,
Hunter Biden defender, that Kyle.
yeah, that really hit Kyle in
Yeah.
a soft
That
spot.
one, Don Jr. with the one-hit KO. I don't know about that. But
Yeah, classic Don Jr. cringe.
if you just know that if you don't support Donald Trump, you actually do want to suck Joe Biden's dick. That's
There's only two
I
ways to go.
I don't make the rules. I'm sorry. At like other countries may have multiple viable political parties. That's actually not true. There are only two. That's two is the maximum.
There's two dicks.
Two schools of political belief are possible. No more.
A lot of people believe that, and it's rough to talk to those people for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that that thought process exists on both sides of the two parties.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, but yeah, a lot happened during the RNC, and I truly
Um,
can't keep track of it all.
they had they had the boomer couple that drew their guns on
Oh
protesters.
yeah,
They had
and then
them speak.
they had that Sandman kid, the kid with that got in the Native American guy's face at
Yeah,
the
the Covington kid. Yeah.
yeah, like which he's super cringe.
He
Like I would like,
actually he actually has a job with Mitch McConnell's campaign now.
oh god, yeah, that kid's the fucking
That's
jeez,
what I mean.
yeah.
They're saying the quiet parts out loud now.
Yeah,
It's
like they truly find the most absurd people, and they're like, "You want to speak?" Like
yeah,
that is,
they've given up on subtleties.
yeah.
I don't remember anything from the St. Louis gun couple speaking. I just know that like the dude, the husband went after like Cory Bush, but it was like more of a it ended up coming off as like a low key praise of Cory Bush anyway though.
Yeah, didn't they refer to her as a Marxist?
They called her a Marxist liberal because that's a thing.
You know, Marx was a big fan of the liberals.
Yes. Oh, that is another thing I wanted to say something to you about. I think Vosh has had some bad takes recently.
Really?
I'm not a big fan of like would Marx support Biden? Like, no, I don't think he would.
See,
Maybe
I don't.
against fascism, but like Marx wouldn't just like openly support Biden. Like that's stupid.
I mean, I think that's his argument, though, that like against these odds, I think his take is that Marx would vote for Joe Biden, and I think overall he was like he was kind of arguing against like people that think like you like bourgeois electoral politics like can't really bring in any good substantial change for like a socialist nation, which uh, I I think it's slim to say that it could, but I think it maybe, I don't know.
See, I mean like it's a conversation we would have to have another time, but I think I'd be more firmly on the side of like the current electoral system would not lend well to any kind of socialist policies.
Yeah, I mean, I personally never read any theory, as I say that in quotes, myself, and uh, not to say that it's not valuable, but I don't think it's like I don't think it's all that necessary to read, to be completely honest, to like really know what you're talking about. I'm sure somebody would disagree with me. That's some tanky motherfucker.
Chapo Trap House, motherfucker.
Oh, they're trash. Do they read theory on Chapo Trap House? Jesus.
I
You ever listen to it?
I have not.
Me
Actually,
neither.
I don't want
I
to.
just I just know they're just like they're just real Bernie or bust motherfuckers, which I mean, at a point in time, I was pretty Bernie or bust, but then uh,
Then
the the
this
impending
shit.
doom of
Yeah.
fascism really sped up, and I've changed my opinion, which I think
Yeah.
you have as well.
Um. Speaking of which, Kenosha.
Yeah, that's a good example. um, so yeah, you can kick that one off.
Oh boy. So for those of you who've been living under a rock, I don't think anyone that listens to this podcast would like not know what's happening. But to
Yeah,
recap,
highly doubt it.
Jacob Blake, another black man, shot to death at the hands of police. Or is he's
He's
actually alive?
Yeah, he's alive. He's just like
Okay, so he's
he's just
alive.
paralyzed.
But shot 7 times in the back at the hands of police.
Mm.
Of course, conservatives will always make the argument, well, he's a criminal, this and that and the other. Like, so the police, like, conservatives want the police to engage in extrajudicial killing. That's
They are
my takeaway from this.
the judge, jury, and executioner always.
Yes. No right to a fair trial in this country. That's
But yeah, they've done the classic conservative bit, you know, to where they like, which is as far as I know, this has been debunked. But they make the claim that he has like sexual assault charges. I haven't really found much
Does it
proof on
matter?
that. Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. It doesn't matter.
I don't give a fuck about the moral character of Jacob Blake. You don't simply kill him.
That is 100% true.
If he
But
was if he was white and carried out the same crimes that they say he has, he wouldn't have been shot. Enter
correct.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know about Kyle Rittenhouse, in the wake of protests following Jacob Blake's shooting, a white militia member, 17-year-old young fella known as Kyle Rittenhouse, brought his AR-15 to the protests and defended and quote unquote defended property that wasn't his.
And he's not he drove across state lines to do this.
Yeah. So then proceeded to shoot a BLM protester in the head, killing them.
Because they threw a bag at him.
Yeah, a bag, which conservatives are calling a Molotov cocktail. Of course.
Must have been a pipe bomb.
So he proceeds to shoot a BLM protester in the head, murdering an innocent person. He then shoots another person and another
person.
In total, he shoots 3 people, kills 2.
Yeah.
1 shot through the head, 1 shot through the heart.
And shot the other guy in the arm.
And then walks calmly to the police and is not apprehended violently by the police in any way possible or in any way at all.
Oh yeah, they drove by him initially.
Yeah. And the police additionally before he did this were thanking him for his presence and offering beverages to him.
Yeah. And
Because you got to keep the racists hydrated these days. You know what I mean? Shit gets tough out there.
they
You know, like
appreciate the Proud
hate
Boys.
based on the color of their skin. It's a tough job.
Yeah. And then what came out yesterday, and I'm not sure if
Oh,
this
the
was
video of him beating on a young woman. Yeah.
yeah. Who would have thought that conservative hero is also a
Conservative hero
misogynist?
Kyle Rittenhouse is a misogynist abuser.
I wouldn't have guessed it. Couldn't
So,
believe it.
actually, I have just received word that Kyle Rittenhouse will be delivering opening remarks at the 2024 RNC. Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah, if that happens, man, I would.
And
I've just given
even
up.
the New York Post has like put out articles
Oh
trying
yeah,
to like
he's cleaning up
talk about like
graffiti.
he was cleaning up rioters' graffiti and yeah, and he was beating women and murdered 2 people actually with an
Yeah, I mean,
AR-15 at a protest.
yeah, it's just gross shit. I mean, I know it's harsh. You know, the kid's 17, but fuck that kid. I don't care what happens to him.
Yeah, I don't like to take such like a negative, pessimistic approach to things, but the kid can rot in hell. I don't
Yeah,
give a fuck.
yeah. I mean, he murdered 2 people, shot
Yeah,
another, attacked a woman.
yeah.
I mean, really, if you attack anybody just out in public, fuck you. For the most part, but
Honestly, like I'm a pretty peaceful guy. Like I'd be okay with some extrajudicial killing of this kid. Like
I mean,
bold statement, but
I'm always very against the death penalty, but like when shit like this happens, I totally get why people want the death penalty sometimes. Like,
no, I want the Black Panthers to roll into town and fucking take him out. I don't want the court of law will acquit him. That's or give him a light punishment.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I really don't know what's gonna happen. I mean,
There's no
Wisconsin's
fucking justice in this country.
especially in Wisconsin.
I okay, I gotta say, I have not heard a goddamn thing pertaining to the trial of the cops that killed George Floyd.
Yeah,
Have
not a
you?
thing.
I
Not a
know.
thing.
I heard that they tried to file a motion to dismiss, but that's like the defense tried to dismiss the case, but that's like default court proceedings. Like you always try to get it dismissed. It's not
Yeah,
that's not something like they're not going to sit down and take it. You know what I mean? That's based on what I know from the law class that I took. Like that is completely normal. Every court case they're going to try and get the case dismissed.
yeah. I mean,
So it's like people were freaking out, but that's like normal court proceedings pretty much. So like when the prosecution rests this case, they're going to go for a summary judgment before they or not. I can't. It's not summary judgment. It's directed verdict. They're going to go for a directed verdict like in the trial and be like, the defense doesn't even have to present like based on they haven't given enough to, you know what I mean? It's pretty
yeah.
normal stuff.
I mean,
But
like I don't know the terms on all that shit. Yeah, but I am familiar.
like basically like people were freaking out because there was a motion to dismiss. The case didn't get dismissed and the case wasn't gonna get dismissed.
Yeah, I'm glad you have a intro knowledge on some law because I really don't.
But other than that, I really haven't heard shit on that case, which
Yeah.
worries me. Also, one more thing about the RNC that just came to mind is the I can't remember if he's a Kentucky attorney general or a district attorney.
Oh yeah, that
But
guy.
but
Yeah, I don't know his name.
the guy who everyone has been calling on to like with the Breonna Taylor stuff, he
Mhm.
spoke at the RNC. So what I'm seeing is the fight to get justice for Breonna Taylor is an uphill one.
Very.
Because literal fucking Republicans are the ones
Yeah.
who have the power to give her justice. And
They're not big believers in justice.
no.
Oh, did you see? This is going back to the RNC again. Not to get off the Kyle Rittenhouse, but yeah, fuck him. Maybe we'll get back to it. But at the RNC, old Donnie saw over a like naturalization ceremony for like 5 incredibly token immigrants. Did you see this?
I did not.
It was like they went in a room and just picked out the 5 most just like token, just where like they got someone from Africa, though they got like someone that's like a Muslim. Oh, they got like they got someone that's like from Latin America, everywhere, just classic token. And he saw over a naturalization ceremony, and it was just the most ridiculous, like very ironic, you know, um, episode of virtue signaling that I've seen in probably during the whole RNC. But yeah, that's unfortunate you didn't see it. Very
So
absurd.
another thing. This is even more recent, like a day or two ago. There was a caravan. Don't let that word trigger you. Migrant caravan. But there was a caravan of Trump supporters that rolled into Portland to counter protest, and they shot people. Shocker.
Yeah.
Originally, they were throwing tear gas, civilian-owned tear gas and pepper spray, and then and then they shot people. Just got out the guns. Time to do some
Yeah.
killing.
They were just they were rolling through in trucks. They had fucking Trump flags on the back of their trucks.
Literally, I saw a tweet that was that picture next to an ISIS caravan, and they looked
It looks incredibly similar.
identical.
And I'm sure if you take away their differences in God and their choice of gods, they have very similar beliefs. Sorry.
Can we officially label Donald Trump supporters as the Christian variant of like Muslim extremists?
The meme that it's like the fucking 2 astronauts looking at the moon. They're like, and they're like, they're like, it's always been this way, and it's like, oh, I'm talking about, like, damn,
Yes.
I'm butchering it to hell, but
Yes.
it's totally
No,
that
it's
meme.
like, yeah. It's all terrorism. Always has been.
Yeah, always has been.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cringe.
It's a shocker.
Here's
Guess
something
what?
funny.
The Christian culture and the Islamic culture, not that different.
It's shockingly not. Sharia law is the Republican Party and Sharia law are pretty in line with each other.
Pretty much.
Here's something funny though. I just learned that Libertarian presidential candidate Joe Jorgensen is a lady.
You didn't know that?
I thought Joe Jorgensen was a dude the entire time.
I knew she was a lady the first time I heard her name because it was like a picture of her on Twitter or something.
Yeah, I just saw this picture of her because I was going to talk about him, but then it's a lady. Because my cousin, or he's like a cousin,
Libertarians let women run for office?
as long as they own property.
Good grief. Your cousin.
Oh yeah, so my cousin by marriage technically is a very big libertarian. Like he ran for the state house in our district 23, I think it is, for the seat as a libertarian. And he got like I think 600 votes maybe. So that's kind of impressive. But
Okay.
um he has, like, every time I go by his house, because he lives right down the road, he has a bunch of like "I vote libertarian" signs, and he's got like a few Joe Jorgensen sign 2020, and he has them arranged differently every time I go by his house. Almost like he has over 10
Every
10
time
of
he
these yard signs.
every time he mows his lawn, he rearranges his JoJo signs.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I completely salute the guy. I mean, I don't think Joe Jorgensen's really much of a real libertarian, um, to say the
What's
least.
next? A license to make toast in my own damn
Damn
toaster?
toaster. I think people should have a little bit of competency when they're.
Daryl Perry for president.
He's a crazy motherfucker, Daryl Perry.
Look him up.
Oh, there he is. He's a radio host, author, and politician. Not sure if
Wow.
I'd really call him a politician.
Politician in air quotes.
Yeah, like he's truly just wild. I mean, I'm sure I agree with like 30% of what he says, I bet. But on economics, something tells me we're not going to agree on much. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fair. But oh
Um,
goodness.
You've
I
been
got
watching
an email
basketball.
today from the Bernie campaign.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, fuck
And I
basketball.
didn't like
We'll do it later.
we can
Go ahead.
keep going.
Yeah, go
I got
ahead.
an email today from the Bernie campaign. I didn't like what I saw.
Did I get it?
It's very obvious that that Bernie is being pressured to do this by the DNC.
Okay.
Because it was an email about how, like, basically an email to Bernie or Busters, and was like, "I need you to vote Biden, please."
Yeah. You don't like it?
And I get it, and I'm gonna vote Biden, but it like, if I was a Bernie or Buster still, it would not have persuaded me any further. It would have just made me think like, oh, Bernie's a shill now for the Democrats.
I mean, I understand everyone's major distaste with Joe Biden, especially on the left. If you're on the right, not so much, um but damn, I think I'm still not I still don't like voter shaming. I really don't like it at all. But if there was a time to voter shame, it unfortunately might be right now. I don't know if you have any
If
if you would agree with that.
if Joe Biden was the Republican nominee, conservatives would have no issue voting with him or voting for him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They would fucking love Joe.
Like let's hypothetically go
Hypothetically.
back. Yeah. Let's go back to 2016 and put Joe Biden in the place of Donald Trump in the Republican Party. Joe Biden is the Republican nominee, and he faces Hillary Clinton. Who do you think wins? I think it would be the worst turnout. Like, it would
I'd go
be a
Hillary Clinton.
worse turnout.
I would say
I think it
Hillary
would go to
Clinton.
Hillary.
Yeah, I would too. Because like we always say, Donald Trump has a major. His base may be small, but that base has a major amount of enthusiasm for him. And in
Did you see
2016,
that?
go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you see that? That freaking Michael Moore came out and said that he thinks Trump is going to get reelected.
Is that the filmmaker Michael
Yeah.
Moore? Yeah, I did see that.
He came out and said that enthusiasm for Trump in swing states is off the charts.
Now, call me a bastard for relying on polls from very established, high-rated pollsters, but the polls don't say so. But they've clearly been a little off before. But I hope he's wrong.
Correct.
I hope he's wrong. I mean, yeah, it does frighten me. Like, I don't know if it weren't for the whole post office situation, I really wouldn't be that worried about Trump getting reelected. But with just that, because just with that opportunity of mass voter suppression, just sitting right there in front of him, it is very concerning. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Of course.
Basketball?
Yeah, I like basketball, which actually is very relative to I mean, this entire bubble has been incredibly political, of course, because we live in fucking America, and human rights
Where
are
a deadly
controversial.
virus has to be a matter of political opinion.
Yeah, and human rights are very controversial.
Yes.
But so the players this week were about to go on strike, and they kind of did start a strike because they did skip out on a few days where they're supposed to play, and that's great
Yep.
in my opinion. And who stops this movement?
Barrio.
Yeah, Barack Obama has crushed two movements in 2020. He crushed the NBA strike, and then he crushed the Bernie Sanders campaign. And that's all he's done in 2020.
I
He's done
don't
fuck all.
understand it. It just like
And
this is your fucking hero.
yeah, like Chris Paul, LeBron, you guys are smarter than this. I know it. You, like, oh yeah, it's painful because like those guys just look up to him so much, and they just
I
can't.
thought they were
do it.
really on the road to starting some real shit in America with that. Like that really could have led to a general strike.
Yeah, and I know I have my I have my take that you wanted to discuss, but I think that was a true path to like an actual general strike for the workers of this
Okay.
country.
So yeah, give me your opinion. You said the other day that now is not the time for a general strike. Explain to me why you think that.
Okay. So, right now in America, like unionization percentages of people in the labor market is very low. Like it's never been tremendously high in all actuality. I think the highest it's been is maybe like a little below 40%, but I think now it's in between 10 and 15, maybe not even that much. I could just look up the numbers, but I'm a bastard. So I think like if you're gonna strike, which a good example is Fiat Chrysler and Kokomo. They strike all the fucking time. And and why is they have a very strong union there that can back them up and keep them employed there after the strike is over. Because if you go on strike without a union, um even though there probably is some kind of policy to say that a employer can't fire their employees for striking, well, there's no one to hold them accountable for that. That's what that's where a union comes in. And so many uh, occupations aren't unionized. We're at such a low rate, especially like retail and all that. Like, uh, there's just no backup for the workers to strike, and just
Correct.
also we're in like a we're in a pandemic, and our government gave us $1,200 for pretty much the entirety of this year, and people are just uh, some people just barely have money for food or just to pay their rent or to pay their mortgage. So like it's just not like the most convenient time for someone to for the masses of America to take a risk like that, and it'd be really hard to get a lot of people on board, in my opinion. That's all I got.
Everything you've said is a good point.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, what the fuck else can we do?
Um. Jesus Christ! Don't make me say
I
vote.
no, I'm saying
Don't make me say vote.
I don't think there's anything else we can do.
I agree with you right now. Right now, we can't
And
do
like
it.
convenience, like you said, it's not a convenient time, which is true, but I think convenience is out the window at this point.
See, I could also agree with that. Like I know it's still a long time.
One big roadblock would be to get people on board. And one
Yeah.
big roadblock would be job security.
Yeah.
But like what other alternative is there?
At this point, I really do not know. Like I don't
Like there has to be something big coming.
if there was a true social safety net in this country, I think it'd be a great time for a general strike. But there just isn't.
I think something big is going to happen, and it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Whether it's that or it's something else.
yeah, God, that's so upsetting that fucking neolib king Barack Obama just blew just destroyed that because because you're right. I really do agree with you. Like if the NBA players would have went on a strike and they were not playing today, or they did not play yesterday, that really could have opened this whole fucking thing up for the country. Maybe maybe I'm being naive to think that, but I truly do believe that. I don't know at this point, but yeah, I mean that's squashed, at least for right now. But yeah, I mean that's my take. I mean, I love the idea of a general strike, of course, but and maybe you're right. Maybe there just is no. Maybe there never will be another convenient time. But that's my take on it.
I mean, yeah. I think it's okay. I think both of us make good points here.
Yeah, I mean it's a risky operation either way. I mean,
well, as if I don't think a general strike would ever be risk-free, like
of course not.
regardless of the amount of protections.
But I mean,
So I guess if basketball is gonna be coming back and still happening, then we might as well talk about basketball for real.
yeah,
Um,
let's talk about the actual sport now.
the first round is nearing a close.
Second round started today with the Raptors and Celtics, correct?
Yeah, the Raptors lost by 20.
Oh, they'll be fine. I'm sure that'll be a very good series. Like I would bet probably goes to 7.
It's gonna go to 7, or
But
it just scares me because the Celtics are a very good team.
yeah, and they're just so well coached. But I mean, if there's anyone to out coach Brad Stevens right now in the NBA, it's probably Nick Nurse.
And do we want to say it? Raptors deepest bench in the NBA, best bench in the NBA.
I haven't seen enough Raptors games to co-sign, but I remember last year in the finals, very deep.
The Raptors bench scored 100 points the other day. That is the first time in NBA history that has ever happened.
Well, I can't argue with that. Yeah, deepest bench in the NBA.
I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like coming off the bench, they have Serge Ibaka. Like they have is Fred VanVleet a starter? I can't remember.
I feel like he'd be a starter at this point.
Yeah, but they have Serge Ibaka, they have Terrence Davis, they have Rondé Hollis Jefferson, they have like all of these people. Like they have Norman Powell coming off the bench. Like,
do they still have what's that guy's name?
No, they don't have Kawhi.
No,
I'm kidding.
Patrick McCaw.
Patrick McCaw, yeah.
He's still
I
on the
can't remember
team.
Is
he's
he?
still on the team.
He just doesn't play very often.
But he's got a chip.
He does have a chip.
I'm pretty sure every year he's been in the league.
Yeah, he has a 3-peat.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, so
he's good to have around.
Those guys are all stellar players, and they're not even the starters. Like Serge Ibaka could easily be the starter for a team.
Oh yeah.
Like for a bad team.
Yeah, he's still got a few years of like good minutes in him.
He's got juice left.
Yeah,
Norman Powell could probably be a starter for a worse team.
He's been on the Raptors forever.
I know. Fred VanVleet speaks for himself. He could easily be a starter for any team now.
Oh yeah, he is a playoff.
He is a big. I think he'll stay with the Raptors, but he is a big time free agent.
Oh yeah,
coming up.
But I have no doubt in my mind that the Raptors come back and win Game 2.
And I hope so.
I mean, not to pull a Charles Barkley here, because he's been really off on all his predictions lately. But I guarantee a Toronto Raptors
the series.
Yeah, I guarantee a Toronto Raptors win in Game 2.
I would love for that to happen. That's all I'm going to say.
What else happened in basketball? Oh, the Indiana Pacers are free. It's over.
Free of.
They got swept, but they won. They still won because Nate McMillan's gone. And oh my God, am I happy about that?
D'Antoni to the Pacers win.
I hope. I mean, because I think he could really. If Miles Turner is really an NBA star, like everyone that's not a Pacers fan always says he is, like, oh, he's gonna grow into a great player in a year. They say it every fucking year. D'Antoni's probably the guy to make him that.
Yeah,
because Nate McMillan surely wasn't. And go on.
Yeah, so the Heat put away the Pacers. The Lakers put away the Blazers. That is that Utah. Is that Utah Denver series still going?
Yeah, it's on tonight. Utah could win it in 6 tonight. Do I think they will? No, I think it's going 7, and I think
that I love that series.
Yeah, it's been
Donovan
great.
Mitchell has been insane. I am a massive Donovan Mitchell fan.
Yeah, me
Like,
too. What about Jamal Murray though?
Jamal Murray has been popping off. I just don't like the Nuggets.
See, I
That's
see. I like both teams a lot. I think they're two very likable teams. Um, I've always liked the Jazz because being a fan of the Pacers, one of the classic jokes on the Pacers subreddit and also the Utah Jazz subreddit is that the Pacers are the Jazz of the East and the Jazz are the Pacers of the West because they're both
yeah,
like
I could see
small
that.
market teams
But
that are like
it looks like the Jazz could really be breaking that curse, or at least like challenging that curse.
oh yeah, I mean it looks like they could
And if the Pacers get D'Antoni, they could very well do the same.
oh yeah, I mean I think Utah will win the series in 7. And I think there's a very good chance that they
I'd
could
like
go
them to
to
win it in
the
6.
well, we'll see. I mean, they definitely could. Donovan Mitchell could go for
Yeah.
60 at any moment.
Where are we at with Clippers Mavs? So the Clippers are up in that series,
Up
right?
3-2.
Yeah.
It's
Do they
on
play tonight?
yeah, it's on probably like in an hour or two, maybe.
I think Clippers will win tonight.
Hold on, let me check if it's on. Oh yeah, it's on right now. Clippers are up 3.
I think the Clippers will win tonight.
God damn it. See, my brain tells me that, but I really want the Mavericks to win.
I
And
like Luka. I like Luka a lot.
I really like the entire team. I think they're a really fun team to watch.
Luka, Boban.
Seth Curry. Oh god, he's evolving.
Porzingis is an asshole, though. I don't like him.
I mean, he's a good player, but I've never like I really felt sorry for the guy when he came in the league and you remember he got drafted by the Knicks and he got booed on stage. So I always liked him early on, but yeah,
Well,
he's
no,
kind of
didn't he have like sexual assault allegations?
is that true?
I don't know if they're true, but he has allegations against him.
That is fucked up. Me typing ASMR. Oh yeah, you're right. A woman says Kristaps Porzingis raped her. Here's what we know. Well, I'll tell you what we know. The great majority of sexual assault allegations are generally true.
Yeah.
So that's
So
that's
I
kind of
haven't
pain.
looked into it a whole much, but just I don't like what I've heard in regards to that. So
I mean, and the data supports that it probably happened, and that's sad. It's fucked up.
I like Luka.
Yeah, Luka's great. 43-point triple double last weekend. Crazy. Um. So
That Luka shot, that buzzer beater. Oh my god.
yeah, I watched it live, and it really got me going. I was real hyped about that. Pandemic P.
He has turned it around though.
Yeah, Twitter has bullied him into playing good.
Yeah. It's really a sight to behold.
Yeah, it's crazy. Pandemic P's revenge.
COVID-13.
COVID-13. That's pretty good. I have not heard that one. What's he doing right now? Paul George has 7 points right now.
Okay.
First quarter.
All right.
And Pandemic P's not playing around.
No, he's trying to put it away. That's
Oh,
Russell Westbrook is back in the Rockets Thunder series.
that's sad. Because I really just wanted the Thunder to win, and then D'Antoni to be like, "Yep, see ya."
I mean, I think D'Antoni will be see ya no matter what.
Well, I wanted it to be today.
Instant
Needs to
satisfaction for you, huh?
That's what I need. I need
Yeah.
him to get to work and make sure Oladipo doesn't leave next year.
Good grief.
Because that would.
Where do you think Oladipo would go if he did leave?
Now, every dumb motherfucker on Twitter that is a fan of the Eastern Conference and or really just the NBA in general, because obviously there's small markets in each conference, but every fucking goofy big market team thinks the small market teams are just like they're just supposed to salvage the good players off the small market teams. That's bullshit. I hate that. I hate those fucking Miami Heat fans. You can find an
Call him
edit.
out.
You can
Call
find
him
an
out.
edit of every single star player on Twitter from every team in a Miami Heat uniform. LeBron James, they put him in the new Miami Heat uniforms probably because fuck it, they think he's leaving or something. Victor
Yeah.
Oladipo, yeah, I've
Oh.
seen so many edits of Victor Oladipo in those Miami Vice jerseys. Pain.
Speaking of Miami, 7 out of 15 ESPN analysts picked Miami to upset Milwaukee in the next series.
God, what do you think?
Wow.
No, what's your take? Like who are you picking there?
I mean, I think it speaks volumes that the Magic won a game.
I mean, the Magic. I mean, at this point, they're making a tradition of it because they did it last year against Toronto.
Yeah. That's true. But I think like given the Bucks playoff history of just like not doing too hot,
Yeah.
that's going to be an interesting series.
Now, don't take this as pure feelings off what I just said.
Now you know how I feel about facts over feeling.
Me
But
too.
what's your take here?
Bucks and 5.
But that's just because you're an angry Pacers fan?
No, I said. Now I see how one would get that confused, but that's just legitimately what I think, and also my feelings hope that happens too.
I think Bucks in 6.
See, that's
But
fair too.
But what if?
I don't know. It depends on how much leeway the officials give the Miami Heat, because there was a game in that series with the Pacers where they shot like 55 fucking free throws. Are you kidding me?
I mean, either way, it will either be Boston, Toronto, or Milwaukee in the NBA Finals on the East side.
Here's the hard-cutting facts. There's 4 teams in the East, and only 2 can make the conference finals.
I know. But I'm saying Boston or Toronto could go either way. Milwaukee or Toronto could go, like Milwaukee versus Toronto could go either way. Milwaukee versus Boston could go either way. I think if somehow Miami upsets Milwaukee, Boston or Toronto takes them out. But
see, I think just like Boston and Toronto, Miami is an incredibly well-coached team.
So you think any of the 4 could make it to the finals?
No, because I don't think Miami stands a chance against the Bucks.
Right.
But I think if they did sneak past the Bucks somehow, I wouldn't see why they couldn't beat Boston or Toronto as well. They're a pretty boring team to watch, in my opinion. Especially Jimmy Butler.
Salty.
But we're just getting into my feelings. I truly do think Jimmy Butler is really boring to watch. I mean, he just flails at everything, jumps and flails and gets free throws. Now Bam, he's now he is the outlier on this Miami team. He's really fun to watch, and he's super interesting. Like he initiates the offense as point guard from the
Yeah.
post. Like he gets down in the low post and then they start the offense. And it's really cool to watch. And he absolutely threw Miles Turner around like a rag doll. But I mean, I could probably do that. Get me in the post against
Okay,
Miles Turner.
but imagine this. What if the finals ended up being Lakers Celtics?
And for the 37th time in the NBA history.
But like, isn't it so weird that that's a possibility again for like the first time since fucking 2012?
Yeah, it is weird, isn't it? Because last time it happened
It's
was
been a long
2010.
time since that's been possible.
Yeah, 2010. I remember Kobe got that fifth chip. Game 7. Yeah, that's crazy to think that, because that just seems like that's just the past. Boston and LA could never do it again, but it's so real. You're right.
Yeah, I mean,
Now, will that happen? I doubt it. I don't. I mean, I think the Lakers very well will make the NBA Finals. I don't think Boston will. No. Um, if I had to bet on the Boston Toronto series, I would give it to Toronto in 7.
I'm hoping Toronto in 6 or Toronto in 7. But I could also see Boston in 7.
Yeah, I mean, if it happens,
The
it.
bubble momentum is a real thing.
Oh yeah.
There's
And I mean,
no like weathering the storm to get back to your home court.
yeah, like they're. Yeah, it's so interesting because these guys are just playing in empty gyms, like
With people on the screen.
yeah, and they're just. And I mean, obviously he got pretty well shut down by both Miami and his coach Nate McMillan, but during the seeding games, TJ Warren was just lighting it off. And was that because they were in the bubble? I think so. Not to discount
You
the
think
guy.
the lights are too bright for TJ Warren and Banker's Life?
Not a banker's life, but like on the road.
The lights are just too bright for TJ Warren.
I mean, I think he's a great player. I think he's got a true future as just a go-to scorer.
I
But
think
I don't.
he's definitely no superstar.
Yeah, he's not going to be Damian Lillard. He's not going to he's not going to get buckets like that. But if he's wide open in the corner, throw him the fucking ball. That's that's my take on TJ Warren. Now, Banker's Life, it's a great stadium, and they get fairly good attendance, but it's not too loud there generally.
There's some shit seats in Banker's Life. What you talking about? It's a great stadium.
I love the stadium.
At
Now,
least I've been in some shit seats in Banker's Life.
yeah,
I've
I mean, I
also
guess
sat on the floor at Banker's Life though, like for college basketball.
that's wild.
I've been able to like play like basically from the sidelines, like playing the band for IU.
Yeah, it's epic.
It was
Yeah, see,
super fun.
yeah. Anytime I've been there, like I go with my brother-in-law, and
Yeah.
he always gets very good seats. So I guess I'm speaking from a point of privilege to say that Banker's Life has a great.
But I was actually I was at Banker's Life playing like in that spot that I was talking about when at the Big Ten tournament when everything shut down. Like I was at the
Oh,
last
yeah.
game, that IU Minnesota game,
I thought it was Nebraska.
or an IU Nebraska. My bad.
You're good.
Yeah, because their
Yeah,
coach
and
was like
yeah,
sickly, and everybody
yeah.
thought he had COVID. And then this was a little known story, but Nebraska at the end of the game, they put in football players from the bench.
Yeah, and I remember IU was
That was so much
killing.
fun. We were cheering for the football players, because it was hilarious.
Yeah, I was at home and I see these football players get the
Yeah.
ball in the post,
We
and
were
I'm like,
wanting them.
"Hey man, put it in."
Yeah, we were wanting them to score because it wasn't gonna we were gonna win, but we were like, come on, this is fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that game was truly a hoot, and I mean, why IU wasn't awarded the Big Ten tournament championship
And the
I don't
NCAA championship,
and the college football playoff championship.
14 Windiana, that's all I'm saying.
It's utter bullshit. We deserve it. We deserve a chip. 3 to be exact.
This is the year for Tom Allen's Indiana Hoosiers,
It was gonna be
and
the year.
COVID is our true enemy in that.
And Nebraska football, they pussied out. They're like, "Hey, give us a conference that they're not in. We need to stay away from the Hoosiers."
Oh my god. Scott Frost is terrified of those Hoosiers.
He's
Well,
what's the
we've reached our quota for Indiana Hoosiers propaganda for today. I actually have something to take care of, so I got to get going. We might need to wrap this puppy up.
shit? All right, yeah, we'll talk about the COVID thing next week. You remember me sending you that this morning?
Yeah. I just I hadn't got a chance to look at it, but that'll be perfect because I'll be able to look at it for that.
So yeah, we checked off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We checked off 5 of 7 boxes that I had to talk about, and we will definitely talk about that COVID thing next week because it's very relevant and it's some fucking right-wing dog whistle bullshit that's very misleading and bullshit. But
Yeah.
Joy to be back, season 2, episode 1. Not sure what we'll give the title here.
I'll let you figure out something smart.
Indiana Hoosiers 2020 champs. Just kidding, it probably won't be that. But
We could hope.
Yep. So yeah. We'll see you next week on the
Take care, folks.
What do we call this? The
LunchPill
LunchPill pod. Hold on. And hopefully we'll have some more shit to say. Hopefully that Kyle Rittenhouse motherfucker is locked up in Guantanamo Bay by then.
Whoa. Pro Guantanamo statement from our
Very
co-host.
pro. I'm just joking,
Pro.
of course. I mean,
need me a pro Gitmo man.
Very yeah, that's all I got.
Real
See you later,
Bay of
folks.
Pigs, motherfucker.
Rest in peace, Fidel Castro.
Good night,
All right.
America.
See ya, ladies and gentlemen.